Hello Capricorn, this is your reading, timeless reading for you that I prepared today, and I'm going to just jump right in, okay? We're starting off in the center here with the Page of Fire and the Five of Cups. Now, the Page of Fire is all about setting off with some new action, something new that's that you're wanting to go out and do, and it's coupled with the Five of Hearts, which, you know, you could be finally starting to look at these two hearts that are not broken in this card, because this card has 5 hearts, 2 are not broken and 3 are broken. So my dad always says 60-40. That's one of his things. You know, he used to say, oh, how's your day going? He'd say 60-40, and you know, he meant 60% good, 40%, you know, whatever. But the Five of Hearts is kind of more like a 60-40 where, you know, the 40 is the good. So with the Page of Fire energy, maybe you're finally noticing, you're breaking out of that mentality of noticing the broken ones and looking at the two that are still viable options. And you're ready to just start something because, you know, it's the right time. And you're crossed by the Rhino Spirit from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. And this card is about obstacles and overcoming them. But when it's a challenge, it can sometimes mean like maybe you should go with the flow instead of butting your head. Maybe you need to calm down on resisting the obstacles and instead trying to get a little more clever and maneuver your way around them. And figure out how to go with the flow of having an obstacle and still getting past it without busting your head and, you know, kind of ruining things, making things worse and fighting it, or, you know, trying to change others however way that you can make an obstacle a little worse. So your foundation is the Three of Pentacles. So this is about work. It's about working together in a partnership with others, and kind of the joy of just a hard day's work for itself, even without, you know, considering the money you make or any purpose behind it, but just that feeling of like, oh, I did something today. And so you're resting on that. And maybe that's part of this Page of Fire is you're like, I need to get back to doing something. And you are. Your recent past is the Seven of Earth, which is always kind of about things not quite going the way you wanted, maybe putting your energy into something that didn't pan out. And that could be what this Five of Hearts is about. Maybe there was something you were hopeful for, or something you had worked for that, it's not maybe all you had hoped it would be. So got you a little bummed out, but you're figuring out how to work with what can be salvaged, and maybe making some new inspiration come about that guides you forward again. The Crown, you got the Pachamama card, which is the card about Gaia. It's the energy of the earth, and it talks about really being happy for being a part of this earth, being a part of this planet, being grateful for the air you're breathing. And maybe we're all having that crowning us right now with being forced to wear masks, which we have to, it's necessary, but it's still making us realize, wow, I didn't even appreciate how wonderful it is to be able to breathe freely when you get that limitation of having that cloth in front of your face and you're having a hard time finding that beautiful air. You know, some people go so far as to be really claustrophobic with it on, and they feel sick, or, you know, I notice I get like blue circles under my eyes, and, you know, I know I'm not breathing oxygen, I'm breathing carbon dioxide, and because I'm not a plant, it's not working out so well for my circulation in my face. So Pachamama is saying, you know, notice me, notice the beauty, notice all the blessings, all the heaven that's here, just to dip your toes in some water, or feel the sun on you, or, you know, feel a cool breeze, or when the first snowfall happens. This time of year is we're waiting on the first snowfall, and you know, it's that magical feeling. And you know, all of the nature is wanting you to notice that it is crowning you. It is your crown as a human, as a person here living this miraculous life for the short period of time that we are in this flesh. When you think of yourself as eternal and part of that infinite true nature, this is a gift to be here in this flesh, and you know, wake up and enjoy this experience. See it as a miracle. So the Tower is your near future, and sometimes this is like a bad thing, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just the crown chakra like lighting up and opening more fully, and I see that from the rest of the reading. I think that's what it is. I don't think it's a negative thing at all. I think you're using this new burst forward to gain another step forward in your connection to higher knowledge, and kind of cracking open, having some revelations, having some insights pour in that make you maybe blow your mind a little, maybe overwhelm you, maybe feel like, you know, feel different, changed. Inside, what's happening is, again, the Three of Pentacles. It's called the Three of Earth. So that's an echo down here. You got like a double Three of Pentacles. So there's something you're working on that's strong in this reading. You know, maybe you have a new job, or you're setting forth on some sort of new venture, and that's really important for you. It's really at your core. It's at your foundation. And how the world is seeing you is the bee spirit. And bees are, you know, transdimensional in many people's opinions, and they're also the producers of honey. So it's, again, a reminder of this Pachamama to appreciate the bees. Maybe you're telling people how much you love bees and how we need bees. Maybe you're doing some work for Gaia and spreading the word, or you're coming across as someone who is savoring this sweetness, and people are noticing that you are you're wanting to spread that word of the beauty of nature. What's your hopes and fears position is the fairy who is kissed by the pixies. And this card really kind of does relate all to, you know, fairy kisses. I mean, I'll read, there was a part that I opened up to that I liked, that it's about love, and it's about giving love to feel good, and not getting bogged down in wanting proof from others that they love us back. Just loving and enjoying that feeling of love, and trying to step inside of that power that is in love, and just they say that fairy kisses, they're talking about fairy kisses, and they're saying they're blessings. So to be in this type of unconditional love is a blessing, not just for the person that you're giving it to, but for you as well. To be feeling this is a blessing. So it says here, it takes perfect people to have a perfect love, but we, imperfect as we all are, may have many loves, each one perfect for who we are and for what we need now. These loves may not feel perfect, they may not look perfect from the outside, but they fit us now. And if we don't like them, then we need to change ourselves so that a different kind of perfection fits us. So, you know, you attract, it's the law of attraction kind of thought of, you know, if you want something different, then you need to work on yourself to bring that in. And I got to clarify that the playfulness card, which looks a lot like the Three of Cups, and the spiritual growth card. So maybe that is something that you're coming into awareness, is that if you haven't received what you feel you've given, maybe you need to change your ways of looking at the world, and you need to start being more grateful for just the blessing of the feelings that you have. That is, you know, a good perspective with which to have spiritual growth. And I did notice with the spiritual growth card, I really liked it, how they showed this ribbon from the angel going down into the earth, which kind of looked like, I'm going to show you here that we're having coming up here, this sea serpent card from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, and that's about the Kundalini. And so this looked like Kundalini rising, but it also looked like grounding. And this card is just interesting, the way her wings are coming like above her head and off of her head. It's almost like instead of being her own wings, they look like crown chakra activation, which sort of looked like this too, you know, just this, you've got some power above your head. Maybe you're connecting to the upper chakras that go up into the galaxies, and you're feeling that pull, because yeah, it's going to see, you're going to see when it comes up. I probably should have done this card after, but the spiritual growth also shows this blue light coming out of her hands. And I really liked that because I grew up Catholic, and you know, we always saw the stigmata, the blood, and just this blue light instead just looked so much nicer. If you think about the hands as being something that we can give love with, that we can pour love out of our hands. I do Reiki, I do massage. I've been a healer for 30 years, and a lot of that feeling in your hands just feels like light coming out. And wouldn't it be better if, you know, we thought of ourselves as being filled with light rather than thinking so much about the pain of losing blood, instead thinking about just giving light. So your final outcome here, I got the Heart of the Sky, which is such a beautiful card, and it's about that pure light of the universe that doesn't decide anything, good or bad. It's just the pure light. And all through creation, whatever beings, every living thing has this light, contains this light, and then they can use this light to do with what they will. So you're being filled with this cosmic energy that you can then transmute through your own ego personality, your own abilities, whatever talents, skills, whatever, whoever you are, whatever your soul wanted to incarnate here with, your gifts that you gave yourself with your personality, your ancestral lineage, who you all are. You can then transmute this pure cosmic energy, and you don't have to be a spiritual person. You know, you could just be a funny person, or you could just be, you could be a person in a traditional medical environment, and you could be you know, a mom, or, you know, there's just lots and lots, there's infinite possibilities that you use this light coming through you, because everyone uses it. Even if you're a garbage collector, you have the light. And so, you know, there are opportunities all through the day where you can be on the side of light and do your purpose and be channeling this energy through. So the sea serpent and the horse, clarifying that, is about strength. So the horse is strength, physical strength, and the sea serpent is that Kundalini energy. So, I mean, because the Kundalini comes up from the sacral chakra, from the lower chakras, it's more of our base. It really kind of I think to it as being more of this Pachamama. And then the Heart of the Sky is from the cosmos. So right now you have this physical strength, you're grounded, you're strong physically, and then you have the energy of Gaia and the energy of the Heart of the Sky, both kind of feeding you with your Kundalini and your crown chakra to create. So you're being asked to really find what that is. The last two cards here are so sweet, even though they, you know, you might judge them and say porcupine and skunk. I mean, I would probably think a lot of people might run from either one of those. But what they actually mean in this beautiful medicine card deck, the porcupine is about innocence. It has a lot of the same kind of meaning as like the otter. just that gentle. If you look at the little porcupine's face and you subtract from its face these quills that are around it, you see this gentle creature, this little tiny gentle innocent creature, and they really are embodying in this deck the that feeling of innocence of a child. They're very childlike, and so it's encouraging that sort of awe to be noticed within you. And then the porcupine has these quills that they don't use, so it's kind of also like the skunk. The skunk has this ability to repel you with the odor, as the porcupine does with the quills, but they also have all these other things about them that are really special. Now the skunk meaning is energetic meaning. It's about being able to feel vibes. It's about being very perceptive about energy and being able to use energy, manipulate energy to draw towards you what you want, to push away what isn't right for you. So it's maybe you're starting to get into, oftentimes when you have this crown chakra activation and the kundalini, you do become aware of these abilities of your energies to attract, your energies to repel. And you gain this respect because of your innocence of the porcupine. And the skunk also contains, it's not the right word to use the same porcupine word, so I'm going to look up, because I read this beautiful description of that in entirety when I pulled it, and there was something different and interesting about what it called skunk that I didn't notice all the other times that I read it. It says, skunk is teaching you that by walking your talk and by respecting yourself, you will create a position of strength and honored reputation. The carriage of your body relates to others what you believe about yourself. There is no need to bully, aggravate, torment, or overpower other beings when your sense of self is intact. As with skunk, the resonant field of energy around your body is relayed through the senses. Self-esteem permeates the body's energy and is instantly recognized on an extrasensory level by others. Yeah, that's what it's about. It's about true self-esteem. So if you picture that with this horse energy, this true self-esteem where your aura is so powerful, and then you also have the physical strength and health of the horse, both being kind of fed by the heart of the sky and the Pachamama energies. This is a really powerful reading. You know, you've got everything happening in the proper balance to let go of whatever didn't work and move forward to what is going to work, being very clever and smart about how to get around and repel the things that the rhino wants to bust down. Don't bust them down. Don't fight, just make it work by keeping your self-esteem intact, seeing the sweetness in life, keeping positive, and don't forget to be playful, okay? Because this is all like, you know, intense spiritual stuff, but, you know, we got to have fun. Don't forget to have fun in spite of challenges, in spite of obstacles, in spite of, you know, all the ins and outs of having spiritual growth. Have some fun, lighten up, enjoy when that first snowfall comes, if you live in that type of area, or even just a beautiful sunset, something like this. Don't forget to enjoy that stuff and be a kid again. So that's your reading, Capricorn. I will see you probably around your birthday time for another reading. So have a great rest of your day, and thank you for tuning in.